got Shayna from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back doing a New Year's bear from Marjorie and Designs. And this one is called Calendar Bears January through June cutting file. So it also comes with clip art. I get lots of questions asking if you have to have a machine to cut these. You do not. It also comes with a, I think it's a PNG file or something like that. But anyways, if you have a printer, you can print these out. If you have a cutting machine, you can print them and then have your machine cut them out for you. So, lots of different options. This one is the January bear. Like I said, there is January through June on this one. And then there's another file that has July through December. But here is my clock. Y'all know I've been loving the glossy accents the past couple months. And it don't really pick up the light, but depending on, I added glitter and glossy accents. And depending on which way you turn it, it shows a different color glitter. It's very pretty holographic. And then this, and I jazzed it up a little bit with some stickles. And then here's the little bear. And I know it's hard to see. I used glitter cardstock for the bottle, but I also added glossy accents. And I didn't put it together. I figured I would leave it loose so that you could use it in whatever configuration you liked. And so I'm going to show you guys how to put this together. Excuse me. I did have to adjust a few things. And this is one of the things. This file only comes with the letters. And when you cut this, the shadow part of it out, it has these two still loose, and I didn't want them to be loose. I wanted them to all be together. So I made another offset off of this to have something, a base to build on. Also, look at this little tray, y'all. I was so excited. My Instagram swap person sent me this tray, and it was decorated for Christmas. If you watched the video from Melissa, where I showed the swap she sent me, and I pulled the paper off. I told y'all I might take it apart for it not to be Christmas, and so I could use it. And when I pulled it off, I found out that it is the Ferrero Rocher, is that how you say it? The candy trays, plastic trays. So I went on a search for some. And, of course, y'all know I didn't want to pay full price. I was just hoping that people had received them for Christmas and didn't want the little trays and that they were going to trash them and give them to me. But, that didn't happen. Nobody reached out to me. But my friend let me know, here's the top. So, after I pulled all the paper off, I realized, oh, this is for candy. Because I'm allergic to nuts, so I don't buy this just because I'm allergic to nuts, so I don't eat it. But my friend was like, hey, because we have a food pantry that the whole community can go shop at a discount, and she was like, they have some of those up there and they're $5. So for $5, I got all this candy to give away. I bought two of them. But these are going to be perfect. This is an aside, y'all. I'm chasing a squirrel. These will be perfect for holding daubers or something like that. Once I get all the candy going. Which will work out much better than me storing them in this Tim Holtz tin, which I have managed to tear apart. But I think, look at that, like, and if I have multiple in one color, I can change it out, so that's going to work out great. I am also using this one to hold my pieces whenever I'm working on putting them together, which has been awesome. So, it's a great little tray. So that was just extra. That was free. You're welcome. So let's just work on gluing this together. This January is not the only thing I had to fudge a little bit with. My glue is stopped up. Let's go back to Old Faithful. I haven't used it in a while. My Cricut would not, no matter what, cut the clock hands and the numbers for the clock. So I ended up drawing them in, and it turned out okay. I mean, I'm okay with it, but that was my only issue, because even though as big as I cut this, it just would not cut them. It ate the paper all up because it's so small. Some of y'all might not have that issue. I know Elizabeth gets to cut a lot of the little detailed stuff on her silhouette, so making sure y'all are in frame here. Alright, that's that. Now we're going to glue the letters on. I've had lots of messages from y'all that y'all are sad that I'm not going to be in swaps over on Ginger's Corner this year. And I just wanted to say, don't fret. I'm still going to be working on my Marjorie design pieces and posting them on Saturday, doing the giveaway. I'm also involved in some other swap groups that I've been in for a long time, long before I was in Ginger's. And so I am still swapping over there some as time allows, but with surgery coming up, it's just a lot, y'all. I don't have time. I need more time in the day, and so I'll be around, and I'll still be over on the Facebook group. Probably more so definitely after surgery, because I'm going to be stuck in a chair most of the time and not able to do anything. But I can scroll on the phone, right? So I'm hoping to get lots of books read. I've restarted Wind Calls the Heart from the beginning. It's been years since I watched it, and I watched the first couple seasons, but it says there's like 11 seasons now, so I'm sure I'll have plenty to keep me busy. My husband is not thrilled. He doesn't like it, but for now he ain't having to watch it. But once I take over the living room in my recliner, I'm sure he'll be watching it, or he'll pick a different TV in the house to watch. Alright, so there's that one. And then next, let's just put the bear together. So let's do the bear next. Let's see. All of this is for the clock, for the bottle, the clock. I think this is all of my bear pieces right here. Well, except for the nose and eyes. And I have an eyeball missing. How is that possible? Oh my goodness. Okay. I may have to draw the eyes in because I'm missing one. Okay. So, what I decided to do was cut the bear in white. I didn't want to do brown with having already black. I just kind of followed along with what it showed on the file. But I liked it better with the white. So, I cut it white. And then I took, let's see, T-Dye, the T-Dye Distress Oxide. And that's what I inked my bear with. I thought that was a better option than the darker browns I normally do. Since I cut it out in white, I just wanted it to be lightly inked. So I just go through and I lightly ink all the pieces. You don't have to ink this one because it's just your base to build on. Okay, so now that I have all of those inked, we're going to just start putting it together. So we're going to start with the foot, or the leg rather. And since you have a base to build on, it makes it easy. It all goes together really quick. And then the belly. And then the feet. So I'm going to add some glue. And every once in a while, it might be a little bit different, but usually the feet are interchangeable for either side. Usually the legs are, so it's not, you know, a big deal about which one you're adding. The next is the ears. The ears do matter, but you can tell where you have a base that one of them's bigger than the other. So this is the other ear. But you can tell exactly how it lays down on there. And then this one, sometimes I have to flip it around a little bit. There we go. To get it to be right. And then add the little inside of the ears, which are just little circles. So again, it don't matter which one you're putting. And then after you do that, then you want to put the head on, or the face rather. Put that on. And then for this is the nose. It's a different color. I'm going to put just a little piece of foam on it. Just to pop it up and give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, and then we have, this is the nose. And that goes there. And then I'm going to go ahead and just draw the eyes in. Because I'm missing one for some reason. Try to make them the same size at least. And while I'm doing it, I'm just going to draw in its eyebrows, some eyelashes. Okay, and then the arms. This arm is going to go in underneath here. And it goes up underneath. And then on this one's going to come out a little bit so that it can hold the bottle. So you just want to make sure it looks right here where you're connecting it to the body. Like not too fat or too skinny, and then you'll kind of know where that it's at the right spot. Okay, so then I took a little bitty tiny piece of foam tape on the hand. I'm going to tear this down even smaller. If you had some of those little bitty tiny foam squares, these would work great right now, but I don't. I'm just using what I have. And then you're going to put the hand on. Okay, also the bow tie goes on here. And then this hand is not going to go on until we do the bottle. So let's put the bottle together. Here's the bottle. And then, let's see, we have this label for it. And this is the top of it. And this is the other piece for it. This has lots of little bitty pieces, but you could, if you just wanted to do like the bear, you could totally do it and then just hide the clock on your screen. I do have some Cricut stuff coming up that I'm going to show you guys the basics. I'm not an expert by any means. I always like to say that because I'm not. But I do, well, I don't mind showing you guys what I know so that it helps y'all. I don't mind sharing my knowledge. Alright, this just goes onto this. And you can't even really see the purple that much once you add it, but it is what it is. You put your label on. I was going to write in 2025, but some people may not want the year on there, so I just left it, and you could, you know, write it in yourself with a white pen or whatever. Oh, and this little piece goes on the bottom of the bottle. And then you have a bottle. Now, on the actual file, it did have like the foam coming up or whatever, your champagne spewing out. I didn't do that because the pieces would have been loose, and I didn't want to do loose pieces for mailing and all that, and then everybody trying to figure out like what it goes to and everything. So I just left it off. I think it looks just as good. And then I'm going to add the hand on here. And then also, I have a mess on my table. I need to chalk the cheeks. So I have my chalk here that's well loved. And my little brush, and I just add just a little bit. Just to pink it up a little. And then I'll just wipe it off a little bit so it's not super dark. And that's that part. And then we need to build the hat. So, this is the pieces for the hat. This one and this one. Okay. So, pretty much up here on top. Oh, I did ink it first. Let's see. And I just used this white Daisy Close to My Heart ink that I have. This is really old, but it still works really good. All of mine do. I've had them for, I know, over 15 years, and they still are great. just going to ink this up a little bit with some white just to show that it was ink. Give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, so now we're going to add the glue again. And this little skinny piece is going to go up top because we're building a hat. And then this one is going to go down here. And then this goes on here. And I inked all of my little purple pieces from my clock and all that with just the black soot Distress Oxide. Just to give it a little dimension. So I'm going to add my glue. And it goes on here. And then we just add it to his head. So some glue here and put his little hat on. Look how cute! And we're still not done, but ain't he cute? We're getting there. Okay, so then the next thing is the clock. Like I said, I just inked all of my pieces with the black soot. There wasn't but a few for the clock. And this is where I had to pretty much get creative because, like I said, my Cricut would not cut out the hands or the numbers. So I had to write it in. Okay. And I'm shedding on my thing. So you're gonna glue this down. And since I already knew I was gonna use glossy accents before when I started making it. So I knew I needed to glue all the edges down really good. When you use glossy accents, because where it adds just a little bit of moisture, it'll cause the edges to come up. So glue that down really good. And then these little antenna looking pieces are going to hold your little bell things here. I remember my grandma actually had an alarm clock that was like this, and that thing was so noisy. It wasn't purple, of course, but okay. And then you have the feet. And I just line it up roughly vertically from the top and just tilt it a little bit for both of them. Okay, and then this is where I had to get creative and write in my numbers. So I used my white Jelly Roll 10 pen. And what I started out with is I did the 12, and then I did the 3, the 6. If you had some number stickers, if yours didn't cut it like mine didn't, if you had some number stickers, that would be great to put down and use if you had some small enough that you needed to use up. This would be a great way to use it. I'm just going to go over this so it'll be a little bit darker than my last one with the numbers. And then that way it kind of gives me, it holds the spot for the other numbers so it's not all wonky. So I'm just going to do 1 and then 2. 4, 5. Pip. He is crying today. I think he has separation anxiety, and he thinks that he needs someone to hold him all the time, and if anybody goes anywhere, leaves, or anything else, he has a meltdown. Okay, so it's mostly okay. There's a little bit of space between those, but overall, I'm happy with it. I think it looks okay. So what I ended up doing was I just took some white scraps of my paper and I cut the hands. So you could do whatever you wanted. I just tried to cut them skinny. You know, actually, I kind of just want to cut a straight one. Let's see. If you had some dies for watch hands, I know a lot of y'all have like the Tim Holtz ones and stuff. Those would be great. They would work great. Okay. And then cut one smaller and one longer. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to glue this one on the 12. And then we'll do this one right before midnight. And then that one actually could probably stand to be a little bit shorter. Okay. And then this little circle pretty much just goes in the middle to hold your hands. And voila! So we have all the little pieces done. So now it's just time to embellish them. And what I did was I took stickles. Not this one. I found my purple one. I was using that one for something else. This one is lavender. But I just went through and pretty much jazzed them all up using stickles, using glossy accents, and doing my pen work. Let's see. Before I add the stickles on the bear, I'm going to go ahead and do all of my white pen work, so I'm not touching over it. So I'm just going to draw in the whites of his eyes. And to do that, you need to make sure you let the black dry really good first. And then I just did the little marks on the bottle. And then up here on his hat. Do some on the ears. Y'all know I always do freckles. It don't matter if it's a boy or a girl, it gets freckles. Okay, and then that's all I did for pen work. And then I took this and I jazzed up the headband here on his hat to make it sparkly for New Year's. And then I use glossy accents, this, and go over the eyes and the nose. And then I did the bottle, because where it would be glass, to make it shiny. And then that'll dry clear. And then, last but not least, I did some pen work on these, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I did around here. And I took stickles and then just went around this part right here on the bell. And I took my glossy accents and I did the whole clock face. Okay, and I didn't put this on super thick. I just barely coated it. You can see I move it so that it helps move it so that it don't get too thick. The big key is you need to lay this somewhere flat. If it's like, watch it, and if it starts to curl up a little bit, just bend it a little bit so that it's not causing it to curl and then all of it goes to the edges and pulls up. Just keep an eye on it. And then the last thing I did was I just took glitter, which is this Party Blend glitter, that Snowy Surprise that I picked up at Walmart, and I just sprinkled a little bit on because I just thought it was fun to add the glitter, and it makes it stick on there so you don't have to worry about it flaking up or whatever. So all you have to do to win this set is leave me a comment on this video, and I will draw at the end of the month. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that this inspired you. Let's see if I can show you guys closer. I hope this inspires you guys to make your own, and I will post the link to the file below also in the description. Come over and hang out with us on the Facebook group, and until next time, bye y'all.